What is going on, y'all? We are here with another episode of the Corner Podcast, and tonight's episode is it's an anime thing. Like if you didn't know, it's an anime thing. As you see, you know, we got that attire going on. You know, we got my man Tugger in with the red. Y'all didn't know, but that's from Akima. Hey, you know that? That's from Akima, bro. Yeah, that's shit. y'all know word today about that, bro.
Like he didn't know that.
But like I
just roll it.
Hey, my man's in there. He game.
And just a sidebar, I know y'all been hearing a lot of like bad static and everything, and we managed to kind of mitigate some of that, so it sounds, you know, at least a little better. But you know, y'all got any grease, just let us know, man, because we trying to build this up. We trying to make sure, you know, the quality is right and everything like that. Y'all able to actually enjoy and listen. So, like I said, this is episode 37. It's an anime thing, and we're gonna do a roll call. So we're gonna start with me. This your boy K1, and this is
Mac,
Tugger, Anthony.
And this is another episode of the Corner Podcast, man. So we just gonna get into it because if you didn't know, a lot of black people like anime. I mean, I don't know if this is a common thing.
Now,
people are open about it now.
Yeah. See, but
that's what it is.
This is my thing. Why was it something to be open to? Like it's
wasn't
fire.
cool. It
like,
wasn't cool back then.
Like this is my thing. When I started out, Pokemon is anime. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
Pokemon is anime. Yu-Gi-Oh is anime. There's a lot of stuff that you don't think is anime that's anime. You've been watching all this time, just didn't know it. You just didn't know titties and blood. It's just that's
well, I mean, a lot of people didn't even know they was watching anime, watching Dragon Ball. So like Dragon Ball Z, like a lot of people didn't know that was anime. And Naruto, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's just a lot of content, anime content out here, whatever that's considered anime, but you probably just wouldn't know it. But
I think also a lot of people were only allotted to Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh. They didn't know there was actually a plethora of shows.
I mean, I'll say Pokemon and stuff. They were more the mainstream stuff.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. I think that was kind of the problem too. You know, especially us coming up. And this is why I say because it wasn't cool back then. It was just only those two. If it wasn't Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, then they weren't really checking for anime like that.
Right.
And then of course Dragon Ball Z came into the mainstream, but a lot of people don't know Rurouni Kenshin.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know Kikaider,
Yu Yu Hakusho,
Akira. And,
I know Yu Yu Hakusho.
And I think honestly that became a main staple for a lot of black people too. Yu Yu Hakusho. If it ain't Dragon Ball Z, it's for sure Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yep.
So, but I think it was just as far as not being aware of the bigger selection of the genre that a lot of people are now starting to be, or at least over the years, starting to be open to watch.
It's cool now.
So yeah. So now by force, it's cool.
You got all the hip hop icons and everything rocking anime.
Oh man,
like chains, hoodies, jackets, everything.
I mean, Wu-Tang Clan, for example, that outside of just martial arts films. A lot of their influence came from anime too.
You can kind of tell, like
can,
even with the logo, it almost kind of looks like it's a little bit
their
of
art
anime
cover.
inspiration. Yeah,
A lot of that came from anime inspired.
Boondocks was
Boondocks too.
Inspired.
Yeah, absolutely. So anime been pimping since been pimping. So we gotta give respect for the genre, man. I loved it. I loved it since the first time I watched it, man. I loved it. Yeah, man.
We were early nerds, yeah.
I mean,
absolutely.
But then, even when we was coming up, I didn't necessarily consider myself a nerd per se.
You didn't really realize.
I didn't really realize it until later on. I'm really into all this shit.
Nerd.
Now, really, I want most other kids, like running around with my arms up and shit, head down. I was looking at them like, I know where you got that from, but
the furthest out, we could spar like Dragon Ball Z and stuff. But I'm not crossing no intersection with some winds. It's not. Boy, I was going up 138 it was busy. I'm talking about traffic packed, and you know what 138 looked like.
Right.
Yeah.
Talking about a dude in a button up and khakis, right? Whole Naruto run across the intersection.
Woo!
I'm talking about grown ass man, literally 30, 35 years old, pulled a whole Naruto across the whole intersection.
I can imagine that.
You lying.
I swear to full God.
Phone God. On phone them.
Niggas is bad in traffic. You see the
literally multiple people was laughing. Like I looked in the cars to see. Like I can't be the only one that just seen that. Everybody's like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like,
Wow,
bro was on a mission.
he was on.
Had
Had to get to the other side of the road, I guess.
Yeah.
Running through them forests to get to the temple, I guess.
Man.
Y'all didn't see the moment he was having. He was very intense.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
He had music
he
playing
was.
and everything.
I'll tell you that right now. He was intense.
Yep.
That was a very serious, convincing run that he pulled.
Like, cause we didn't see his journey, but he knew where he was going.
Oh no, he was for sure training for the Hidden Leaf Village.
Right.
That's it. He was headed there.
Man.
You see a nigga wall jump in school?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we
Wall
did
jump,
that.
All
Oh,
jump
yeah.
flips.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we had so many crews.
Funny, it really be from the non-anime people too. It'll just be like dancers.
Yeah,
But
so
I
they
think
say-
they will watch it too though. But they'll just run up
Well,
on the
back
walls
then,
just off the strength.
I honestly don't think. I mean, there were black people that watched anime back then, but like that wasn't the time where a lot of like we didn't have the community back then that we had, and so like it was weird because you'd see, just like you said, it was dancers and people that might not necessarily have been into anime. You would think that they would like something like that, but I guess because it wasn't cool and in their face enough to be accepted.
Yeah,
They, because like I remember getting shit on for like an anime, like
for sure.
what the fuck is Zoe? It's like,
Yeah. I was like, what you mean?
Another one. I didn't know Zoids was anime every time.
That's a sleeper too.
That's another one.
big
Zoids, I mean, and they supposed to be dropping a movie.
They're
I
supposed,
thought.
they're dropping.
Ooh,
Live
for
action.
real?
Yeah, live action.
Oh man, I'm in there.
Yeah, so
I'm in there.
So I mean, it's but like you saying, like if we would have known back then, like what we were watching and like how big of the community was, I think things would have been a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because now, like when I talk to people we used to go to school with that were considered like jocks or popular people and blah blah blah, they're into this stuff now. It's like,
Yeah.
but we've been into it.
Right.
Where were you at?
Right. Oh, so this your stuff now.
Yeah, like where were you at when I was out here? Get my ass beat.
Yes,
Yeah.
Hiding behind the crowd.
Like, nigga, why you yelling doing hand movements? Like,
Right.
no, like shit cool with me.
But at minimum, that was like a swirly sentence. You know what I'm saying? Like in school.
Right.
Like now you doing all these. Like I don't even know how to do that shit, and you perfected it.
Well, I mean, some people, that have a different walk of life are kind of.
Excluding that walk of life, excluding that walk of life. I'm just saying,
Like,
I don't even know how to do
I
that.
can't remember if it was NLE or Youngboy. One of them did it, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess that lines up because, like, you know what I'm saying, like. Sure. Yeah, I understand how you could adopt that pretty quickly.
I guess now that y'all bring it up, I wonder if gang members do watch.
Some of them do.
Like,
Yeah.
A lot of them do.
Yeah.
I would think a lot of them would do.
Yeah,
I
they
think
do.
a lot of them would.
Like I said, it's been normalized now, so like it's a part of almost our culture at this point to a certain extent. Like a lot of people walk around with Dragon Ball Z book shirts and everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
And it's funny, like, I guess for reference, Naruto, they gotta practice their hand speed when throwing up the set, and they watching the Hidden Leaf Village
they
shit.
go,
Like,
oh,
shit. But they're like magicians when they do that shit now.
and meant it.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was conviction behind them finger movements.
It'd be clear, concise, like no stumbles. None
Right.
of that.
Like, I ain't come here to play with y'all niggas. I'm set.
Y'all would be set if y'all had deaf kids.
Right.
This kid
Wait a minute.
killing the game. Like, just a different. You know what? Let me stop.
All right. Got it.
That's why it was a blanket statement. Walk
Got
away.
Yeah, because I felt myself going.
Yeah.
Another. Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
So-
on to the next one.
I got a question. All right,
Go ahead.
So this is a good segue for a new question. Okay. One of our homies had sent a message. I ain't it was so, but we'll get to that. Start with you. What was your very first anime that got you started to watching anime? So it was Yu Yu Hakusho. Okay, got you. What was so polarizing about the show that made you say, you know what, I might need to watch a couple more episodes of this, or maybe I need to venture out more into the anime spectrum?
Honestly, like, people don't get it, but anime have the best music. That's what drew me to the show. Like,
It's definitely
like I was there just sitting there one night. And, I was like, oh, shit. Like, what's up? That's what kind of drew me. I was
Way
like,
better than Michael Bolton.
Right. But the thing about Yu Yu Hakusho or whatever, like it spoke to the 90s. Like that was a 90s anime. So like from the music to the clothing to the style, like all of it was just 90s.
Okay.
So just coming into it and watching it, I got sunken in. And then I also used to watch what's his name? Forgot his name with the white hair and the red robe.
Ronnie Kitchen?
No, I watched that too.
Right.
But,
White hair, red robe. Inuyasha.
Yeah.
So those were like my main three. Like those were the main three that I watched or whatever. So, but you definitely kind of threw me in, and I was like, oh yeah, this.
Okay.
I'm full with this.
Word.
Yeah.
Got you. How about you, Tom?
I think while we were warming up, I said something about Ronin Warriors was probably the first one that was an anime that I thought was different than regular cartoons, like Pokemon and everything like that.
Yeah.
That was the one that got me, because like the squad was fire. Like, you know what I mean? Like as soon as I seen the lineup, because the intro, even because like you were saying, the music and everything is
phenomenal.
But like not just the music, but a lot of the visuals that they put in the intros and everything was like super catching. Like the fire wrapping around the squad there. I was like, yo,
big shout to the animators, bro.
Facts.
Like, man,
for sure.
With less technology back then too, like that was hard to pull off those sequences.
Right.
So big shouts to them, man.
Absolutely.
For real. But yeah, Ronin Warriors, that's a sleeper too, man.
That was super slow. Most people forgot about it now.
Yeah.
Like, I see it every once in a while. Like, if I'm looking for something anime related on Amazon, I'll see it come across every once in a while. They got a little bit of merchandise. But as far as watchable stuff, I've not been able to track a consistent source down. But when it was on, boy.
I've been hitting you with some sources you just ain't watching yet.
For Ronin Warriors?
No,
that's fair. But like, I mean, but you gotta be in a state of mind to be just taking on all types of new stuff. And lately it's just I'm work, game, sleep. That's it. So like, if you can catch my attention good enough between there somewhere, I might be able to stop off and look. But otherwise, new stuff we'll get to it. But Ronin Warrior, like the whole transformation, the armor, the swords, the different weapons, and everything like that. As a kid, like if you think because we thought Power Rangers and everything was cool like that. That was basically like it was almost like a turned up different version of Power Rangers. I mean, so I was like, oh, I'm super obsessed with this thing. Like, it's like, can we get some of these action figures? Like, then I'll be damned. Got a whole bedroom full of them things.
Going to McDonald's getting every Dragon Ball Z toy.
Oh yeah, I showed it. Burger King had
it. That's what it was. Burger King.
I was killing Burger King.
I'm trying to tell you, boy. Burger King, like between Burger King and McDonald's, they
had toys, especially in the 90s and the 30s. They had a lot, bro. Like they got better toys than the store do sometimes. Like the gold, silver, and all that Dragon Ball Z figures, bro.
I never knew how fired the silver Frieza final form was until I got it. Dude,
fire, bro. Oh my god, fire. I had all of them.
I was like, I'm not losing this toy.
Yeah, fat.
I lost it.
I mean, we kids, it happens. But like at one point, I had all of them. Like anytime if it was in the air where we going to eat, it was Burger King. Like I'm trying to catch one of these new ones.
I had Krillin, Frieza, and Vegeta. Man, I was like, bro, this is it.
That's all I need.
This is it.
It's the set right here.
Yeah, this is a squad. Like they beating up Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh my god!
Like, off top.
Oh yeah, all the Dragon Ball Z figures was
just off
flexing everybody,
like,
bro. Like,
they faxing Incredible Hulk. Like,
oh yeah,
I was like,
Incredible what? Like,
right. I was like, alright.
There was a whole Incredible L you just took.
Yeah. What about you, Few?
Man, I gotta go with Hunter x Hunter.
That's a good one.
That was my first anime that I pretty much seen different from like Naruto and stuff like that. Cause like in anime, it's like you got these kids that's full with determination and drive, and I was like, yeah, kids growing up. Yeah. So seeing these kids, so to speak, grow up and get powerful and be all these competitions, it's just, I don't know, it's just inspiring to people like me.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure, yeah.
I think that's kind of what they do it for. Like, I feel like anime creators kind of actually do put a little bit more thought into the stuff that they're creating. Because, like, as far as if you look at American animation right now, it's like it's so, especially now, it's so basic. It's so like literally surface level. That's all you got. And even in the stories, where like, I mean, some of them now are starting to get a little depthy with the storyline. But even the stories are not very well written. But you take anime. You talking about it could be a full-blown cartoon-looking anime that will put a storyline in there that's like, yo.
Yeah, that's deep.
Like, absolutely. Like, blow your mind. You sit there trying to slap hands with Jesus like, yo.
Yeah. Like, Death Note was one of those things.
Oh, yeah, Death Note was in there. Full Metal was up there.
That was too.
Bleach was definitely one of them, too. They got pretty deep in a couple stories. And,
yeah,
like, I think anime just overall, in my opinion, is better written. Than other genres of animation.
Absolutely.
Because, I mean, like, as a kid, sometimes I got a question if I was supposed to be watching it. Because I say that because, you know, like I said before, the difference between the anime we watch and, like, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh!
No, not quite the same.
Just a different
a little different, yeah.
But, you know, I ain't gonna flex with y'all, man. I think anime help with puberty, man. Like, you know, like when you got an anime and you seen something bouncing, you like,
hey, shout out Rangiku.
Yes, you had it for you, boy.
If the voice actor is anywhere in resemblance, please.
He likes you and he wants you.
Please come find me.
So, is that right, Livy?
What's the weirdest anime y'all ever watched? Like,
weirdest. Well, before I answer that, oh my bad.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll say now. Before I answer that, what started for me actually was Sailor Moon. Now because Sailor Moon, now this is before I even knew what Toonami was.
Right.
You know.
Well, it was on way before Toonami.
And people think credit Toonami so much, but
they were just a segue of it, like, you know.
Right, because they didn't really hit America until the early '90s. So, but I was coming home from school one day, and I was expected to watch Dexter. During the time, I think it was like 2 or 3 o'clock or something like that. I was expecting Dexter's Laboratory to come on. And then, girl, you wildin'. So I was expecting that show to come on, and then something different came on. I was like, what is this? And I just see 5 girls, you know, in school, you know, in Japanese school uniform, you know, pledging their allegiance to planets. I was like, what is this? What? Right, I was like, Jupiter? What? Mars? Venus? The captain? Sailor Moon? What? So that day I watched it, I was like, it was alright. It was alright. Next day, it came on again. And then I was fully invested this time.
Okay, sure, I know what
I was like, I remember Jupiter. That was her.
Go get this cereal.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Next day, I made sure all my cereal boxes were lined up for me to go ahead. I was ready. I was ready. All right, now I'm for sure keep up with this one. So Sailor Moon was actually my first one that I got introduced to. Just the storyline, the plot. It was funny because it was kind of like, it was action, but it also had a little bit of romance in it too. Where it was actually kind of like a
soap opera almost.
A soap opera. Yeah, exactly. Like a Young and the Restless, or, you know, Days of Our Lives and things like that. Only reason why I know this show is because my mom.
We all.
Y'all know. Yeah, so this, you know, Sailor Moon was my Young and the Restless. You know, I think.
Gotta catch him.
I gotta catch him. Hey, after school, man, a long day of school. I'm trying to take my mind off.
Decompress. You know.
Yeah, you know, times tables was a challenge.
Right.
Right. So Sailor Moon was my first one. I didn't take it. I know, right? She really turned it up. So I didn't really get fully invested into the concept of anime until, you know, my all-time favorite, Dragon Ball Z, came out. So then, I think it was like actually the next week when I was actually watching it, it came on after Sailor Moon. I was like, oh, what's this show? Yeah. Oh man, dude, the opening, bro. I was like, y'all doing way too much for an opening.
Right.
Sequences of laser beams, Kamehameha waves, and just fight sequence.
Cloud surfing.
Yeah. I was like, and these dudes is really fighting.
Yeah, they go mad.
I was like, yo, they really throwing
They match
hands.
the intensity.
They throwing hands. So, so then once I finally got introduced to Dragon Ball Z, and I knew who Goku was and all that, he had a family. And of course, Dragon Ball is the prequel to Dragon Ball Z. So what we caught, Goku was grown up, basically had a son and a wife and all that stuff. So then that turned out to be, story driven, hella fight scenes, but just then story driven. I was like, damn, this is raw. I was like, man. And it came to the point, where I was like, I don't think my mom and dad gonna let me watch this. There's a lot of violence. But then I seen Goku hit that Kamehameha that one time. I was like,
we're gonna slide this one in the back.
I was like, we gonna, I was like, nah, I need to watch this shit. I was like, nah, this is the way too. I was like, can I do this for real? Could I go to school the next day and tell my homies, hey, yo, look, I learned this new trick. Don't tell nobody though, but I learned this new trick.
That's the thing, bro.
Right. I was like, man, but you know what? What really made me love Dragon Ball Z a lot? Growing up, I've always wanted to be into martial arts, and I think that's what really, what was polarizing for me about Dragon Ball Z, because, if you take all the power scales and all that stuff. They
started with the basics.
Yeah, it really, and it started with hands, like just straight hands, and then every now and then a power scale. Even then, they would
that would be the ultimate finisher of the tournament type.
That would tire them out just that long. But other than that, they was throwing hands. Like they knew hand-to-hand combat. They knew how to fight, and I've always wanted to be into take karate and taekwondo and different arts, different martial arts. So I really love Dragon Ball Z for that. And what I really appreciated about Goku specifically was that, his whole routine was pretty much, he's a family man, but as far as training, train hard, eat a lot, and go to sleep.
It's a pretty nice life, actually.
Absolutely.
I'll take that.
And I'm a living testament of that. When I got deployed, that's pretty much all we had. If we wasn't at work, we go to the gym, go to the cafe, go eat, and then go to sleep.
Eat, train, sleep.
Eat, train, sleep. That was, that's pretty much the synopsis of, the military. Eat, train, sleep, for the most part. And, Dragon Ball Z, that's what did it for me. I was like, oh, I'm sold. Is there any more shows like this? Come to find out, there is. Quite a few. Oh man, yeah, it opened up a new world of cartoons. It took me off of Dexter's Laboratory for like a few months. It took me off of Ed and Eddie for a couple of months, like shows that I would normally watch after school.
Right.
I'm like, oh nah, if it ain't Toonami, baby, I ain't watching it.
What's American stuff?
Right, American stuff. I'm like, nah, you ain't fucking with Goku.
Right.
You ain't fucking with Dragon Ball Z. You ain't fucking with Tenchi Muyo. So now to your question. You said what's the weirdest anime
I forgot about that question.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, my fault.
I did too.
My fault. So the weirdest anime that I watched, kind of like what we talked earlier. The weirdest one was pretty much the one that scarred me. Is realizing that the story gets deep, deeper than just fighting and power skills. There's this movie called Ninja Scrolls. For all the real ones, y'all know what that. Yeah, y'all know what that is. There was a scene where. No, I ain't calling you that one. But I'm not calling you a non-real one. So Ninja Scrolls, they had this scene where. There was this rock monster, and he kidnapped this lady, kidnapped her to his dojo, or whatever it was, and she was pretty much the only thing she had on was a robe. She had on nothing else, and a robe. And she woke up. She was unconscious because I think he knocked her out, and She was unconscious. She woke up. She tried to get away. He grabbed her. He pretty much was like, hey, you know, either way is gonna happen. If you don't let it happen, I'm gonna kill you. I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. And then she pretty much was like, yeah, I guess I don't want to die, so I guess. I'm going to save the graphics, you know, I'm going to save the details because we do have a kid in the room. But just know,
it went down.
He for the most part had his, he didn't go all the way like he could without, you know, some intervention, but he was getting there. That man was getting there, and I sat there, I watched the whole thing, I was like, whoa. Y'all can do this in a cartoon?
That sounds like Berserk.
Before we know what it was.
Before we knew what it was,
yeah.
You say that sounded like Berserk?
Yeah. I don't want to spoil it, but it was something similar happened like that.
It was something similar?
That's what scarred me. Like, I was like 13 watching it. I was like,
man.
Yeah.
Right. And
I can't go to sleep no more.
And Ninja Scrolls, I believe, if I'm not paraphrasing, it came out in the late 80s or in the early 90s. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, that, you know, that back then, and then when I finally watched it as a teen, because I was about 13 or 14 when I saw it.
Yeah.
When I saw Ninja Scrolls, and I seen it, I was like, oh shit, y'all do this. Oh.
So I can't really say that I've watched a weird anime. I will say that I have found some strange anime-like materials that a lot of people tend to like, apparently. Hentai.
I'm tracking. Yeah, I was like, yeah.
So I was on YouTube a long time ago, and wasn't even, mind you, was not looking for anything near what I found.
That's usually how it goes.
You know, there it was, and I was like, and it looked, the trailer or whatever, the little synapse thing that it'll show you before it'll play the video, and it looked kind of fire. I was like, oh, okay, you know, let's see what this is, and then. You know, when in Family Guy they reference, well, why is everything tentacles and schoolgirls and shit? And that's exactly what this was. And I was like, all right, so it started off kind of normal, like a regular anime. And I was like, oh, okay, weird, but we'll see. Keep getting into it, and then here comes this gigantic squid octopus looking thing. And I was like, okay, that's the monster we're fighting. And she hasn't really displayed any abilities to fight this thing, so like, let's see how this is about to go.
You don't say. You don't say.
Sure enough, he got her wrapped up in a tentacle, and she's, you know, squeezing her, and now the, as you said, the robe is starting to get swollen at the top end, and I was like, okay, what's going on here? Sure enough, you get to hear a squishing sound back there.
Oh,
and
man.
What? The face is what did it, bro. Like, I was like, yo, no. Abort mission, back out, backspace delete, clear history. I don't want
you gotta throw the whole damn computer
It was no, bro. Like, I had to reset everything. I uninstalled all that, bro. I was like, I'm not trying to have that come up no more. Mom come look behind me one day and see that shit. It's a wrap.
Because how you gonna explain that?
Right.
Couldn't explain that. Plus, that was LimeWire days anyway.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you talking about it. You already walking a tightrope on that shit.
Right.
So
it's too late.
Watching the new Cthulhu movie.
I'm right. That shit was reckless, boy. Y'all, no judgment, but y'all some wild motherfuckers.
Oh man,
that shit, boy.
Oh man, yeah. Y'all crazy.
Woo.
Anywho, man, but
oh my god.
Besides that, maybe weird for me. I'm gonna say it's Parasite, but I've never really actually watched it. I haven't watched it fully yet.
Oh yeah,
so I can't
it is
really.
A little strange.
It's a good story.
So I can't lean completely into it, but outside of that, I'm saying Attack on Titan because I'm in the early stages. Mm-hmm. So you know most.
Yeah, I got clap it up for
that. You know, I was too. That's a solid anime.
Because I mean, when first starting it, like first episode, like. Oh, okay, nice family. Oh, that's beautiful. What's that?
Niggas start dying.
Yo!
Not only dying, niggas getting eaten.
Because all my anime, I'm used to the hero prevailing, people saving folks.
No,
we
running now.
Like, niggas was just getting ate left and right. I'm like, bro. And then you see him digest it. You see him spleen and intestines.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Damn,
Them
I was
Titans-
so confused.
Right.
Them
But-
Titans different, bro.
But I liked it though.
Yeah,
I was like, I
mean,
can't
it's
stop
good anime.
watching.
It's a solid anime. For sure.
Yeah, they didn't have no type of heart.
They had no chill. They had no
It's
chill.
like,
And
yeah,
then
I'ma
characters
come
that you thought was gonna be surviving through it,
Yeah.
dead.
Off.
It was like Game of Thrones for anime.
Man.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Mhm.
So I
So-
gotta watch Game of Thrones then.
Oh,
Nah,
please do.
Yeah,
please,
except for the last
please
season.
do.
I heard that.
Yeah.
the last
Hey,
season was
hey,
trash.
now, hey.
I heard the last season was trash.
The first half was right. It kind of fell apart after that. But
He
but
said the same thing.
The
man.
whole,
Same
he said the last season was trash. No, the first half was good. Okay, that was solid. It looked like it was ramping up to like, okay, this is how it should end.
Gotcha.
And then the last couple episodes was like, what the
Questionable.
fuck?
So basically, what you're saying, half of that season was good, but the other half was
The
trash.
other half,
They got complacent.
if you're a super fan, it did not do the show justice.
They
No.
got
Like,
complacent,
yeah,
pretty
well, it
much.
wasn't even that. It was more or less like basically what it came down to was what they were trying to rush the production into. Like they were well ahead of where the writer of the books was.
Okay.
So by this point in the story, like he was only basically giving them notes on what he thought that they should put in the show, and
Yeah.
then he is notorious for being tight-lipped and difficult to work with. So like he kind of basically let them fall off, and then they wound up doing it on their own, and there we go. But either way, please do watch the show. It is a good show.
Yeah, it is. It's solid. It's solid. I think it showed. Now, if I can. So I'm more of a fan of the older anime art style. You
Let's
know?
get into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Another reason why new stuff is hard for me to take because
Yeah.
it's different.
It
from
is
old school
different.
Shit. Like it is.
Because I mean, if you think
y'all
about
love Demon Slayer though, right?
it, is fire. That's probably the only consistent.
Season 2 was.
No. I heard you gotta don't look at the first 4 episodes. Go to episode 5 and you're good to go.
Oh, okay. So the
Okay,
first one
all right,
filler.
all right.
That's what I was told.
I'll
Because
take it,
I
I'll take
feel you. I felt you.
Okay.
Was the
Yeah.
first one like filler or something?
Yeah, like just
Recap
recap of the
Yeah.
movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So once you get
which,
past that,
because
you
we
get an arc.
know he
Because
was
we
there.
see-
Like,
yeah,
so like it was
Gotcha.
like what the no, I don't need to watch this. Like
Okay,
I
gotcha.
already know what's
Got
there.
you, got you. Yeah, so what I really appreciate about the old school art style of anime is that, you know, given at that time period, you know, less resources was, you know, profound back then, or at least newer technology to render.
They were
good.
limited with
Yeah, very
I
limited
still
with what
think
they
it's
had.
amazing what they
Yeah,
had.
oh yeah, for sure.
And that's what I was about to get with.
Right.
Like that's why I appreciate it, because you could tell that they had to put some time.
They put
to,
thought and effort and all types of energy
absolutely,
into
and
it.
they
Yeah.
still had to come up with a story on
Mhm.
top of that.
Mhm.
So you know, I am more of a fan of the the '90s, even back to the late '80s
Mhm.
animation art
Cowboy
style.
Bebop and
Oh man, Cowboy Bebop,
Mhm.
Trigun, Kakaider, which funny enough, Kakaider was actually based on a live TV show. I think it was called like Ultraman or something like
yeah,
that.
I remember that.
Yeah, so Kakaider was based off of that, and they made it into an anime, which was a good story. But I think they took the story to which I think that's like an underrated romantic type of anime story, or like somber type of series.
Right.
Because it kind of had like this Pinocchio type of background story. You know, the android gets created by the guy, and then he ends up dying, but his conscience actually gets put into another android, a rogue android, and now them two get. Yeah, it's dope. Sadly, it only lasted two seasons, I want to say, or maybe it was just one long season.
The best animes do.
They
They
don't.
last for a short time.
They don't.
Well,
man.
hold on. Now the best ones only last for a
Yeah, I'm about to
I'm
say,
I'm just
like
saying.
One Piece, Dragon
I'm
Ball
just
Z,
saying.
One
I'm
Piece,
just saying.
Bleach,
Foley Coley.
Naruto.
Foley Coley,
I've
'cause,
heard about Foley Coley. I haven't watched
'cause-
Foley Coley.
The first time when it came out, it only had 6 episodes, and then it took a long hiatus, and then they brought it back in 2019, I think.
Well, let me rephrase it. Animes that deserve more seasons don't get it.
Don't get it.
Fair enough,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, facts, big
That's
facts.
the thing.
So you know,
Like Darwin's Game. I wish.
Man.
yes.
Oh my.
Yes.
You know what? I don't. No.
That
I'm
was-
not
you
about to
was
get
mad
upset.
as
I'm not about to get upset. I am not about to get upset.
Yes.
That was one season.
You not do it though.
Bruh.
This is the
How
episode for it.
that ended?
Talk your shit, sir.
How that ended?
Bro, we was
one
mad
season.
as
Oh,
hell.
no.
Like I put them on to it when we got on and we was watching.
And
I was
we
like,
killed
bro,
the season
we
one night,
we
bro.
murdered it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just no. And let me tell you how good this was, right? So I maybe watched the first 2 episodes. I told them, like, hey y'all need to get on this. Hey, it was like, hey, we got a little time, we'll look at it now. Killed the whole season.
Yeah, basically.
Killed the whole
I think I was
season.
like maybe behind like 3 episodes after watching my own.
Man. And then we had to tell you, it was like,
Yo, bro,
Yeah.
you better watch
But I
this
had,
shit.
but I had to brace you for it. I was like, bro,
You did.
that's it.
You did. And I ain't
He
gonna
was
believe
hot,
you
boy,
either.
because like I feel like the energy that we put into it, we wouldn't have finished it the first night if we knew that was gonna be the end
We
of it.
would have.
Yeah.
Bro, we were so enthusiastic. Because,
Yes.
all right, so that's got to be the season end. All right, let's go. All right, next step.
Absolutely.
What? Bruh. Bruh.
That shit, it was different.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was. And the best thing, it was kind of retro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
For sure.
Exactly. It
sure.
sure was.
Mhm.
I can agree with that too.
Yep.
And that's just what makes. But honestly, that's just what makes me appreciate the older styles more.
Mhm.
Because a lot of the new animes, they're pretty much taking their styles from back then to what it is now. But as of now, as far as like plot wise and storyline goes, it hasn't been as consistent or noteworthy. But I think they've heard from the fans, like, okay, y'all got all this technology to make the animations cool, which we appreciate. But we need a story.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We need a better pace.
Take away from the story.
Yeah, slow down the pacing. You know what I'm saying? Like we're pretty much invested.
We're a loyal fan.
Yeah,
base.
yeah,
We
you
will
gotta
take
loyal-
your
you
time.
You can have trash
Right.
ass quality, but as long as that story good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because Lupin the Third, I really didn't like the animation. Bless him.
You okay?
Yeah, she good. She good. Like Luke.
Spoon man, keep going.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Hey, 24/7 dad, man. So, Lupin the Third, when I think of not the best animations, I didn't really care for the animation style, but the story drew me in more than that, where I found it more tolerable to watch it. I love Lupin the Third when it came out. There was another one that what's it called? It was an anime with a whole, like a gang of hamsters. It was like
Hamtaro?
Hamtaro.
Oh
Yeah,
my-
that's what it's called.
I
Yeah,
forgot
thank
about
you.
that.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you.
I forgot about that.
Hamtaro.
Everybody was wild about it.
Oh man.
That's the thing, though. No, most people didn't even know
Most
that was
people don't
anime.
know. Yeah.
They
Yeah,
was
see,
into Hamtaro.
you gotta be
boy,
an
God.
old, and that's kind of showing our age too. But you gotta be an old head to remember that. To remember that one.
It's
I don't know
Hamtaro time.
See, he don't know
I'm
this.
just looking at
God, I used to hate that show so much. It wasn't that bad of a show.
It
was
wasn't.
kind of like listening to a good song on the radio, bro. Like
Yeah.
everybody drove that show into the ground.
That's
bro.
true.
Oh my God. Like, ooh,
That's
book
true.
bags, every binder,
Oh, dude.
everything. It was everywhere.
You know what show that actually solidified me as an anime fan, and surprisingly, it's not Dragon Ball Z.
Really?
Yeah, that made me stuck. That made me say, nah, I'm rocking with this now.
Mm-hmm.
The Gundam Wing series.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Gundam Wing.
I think I found Gundam
Beautiful
before
shot.
Dragon Ball Z.
Man.
But yeah, I definitely get where you
Yes,
come from.
just the
Gundam,
anime.
yeah.
I was like, damn.
The
y'all
style,
can make
and
these-
then
Bro.
his I don't know. There was just something about the main character. I can't remember his name now. I was
Yeah.
like, I can't. It's been like
It was
15
just-
years or something since I've seen
But
Gundam.
it was just something regal about
Mhm.
it that made me say, man,
Yeah.
they went all out with this.
Bruh, like they
They went out with this
To
the
a
anime
T.
style. And my favorite series out of the Gundam
she's
series.
coughing at the audience.
Yeah. What made me impressed about all the Gundam series, my favorite one is I think is Fighter G Gundam. For all the real fans that know about it, Shiny Fingers.
Yeah, I remember
That one, yeah, y'all know.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
Yep.
Shiny Fingers, that one. Only because now the guy that's in the suit is actually acting out as the limbs.
Mhm.
The guy that's running the suit is not actually moving the levers and stuff to move the limbs. He's
Actually
the limbs.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah, he's part of the Gundam.
Mhm.
I was like, bro, this is amazing. But yeah, the Gundam, like all the Gundam, so Gundam Seed, Gundam Wing Waltz,
Code Geass.
Code D. Yeah, that
Code
one
Geass
too.
was probably one.
Yeah.
That might have been almost my favorite. Like,
You know what? I think C.
It was good. That's why I said almost my favorite.
But
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
good though.
Geass was nice.
Yeah, and but Fighter G Gundam, that's my top one. That's of all the Gundam series, that's my top one. And I think that's what really solidified me into watching anime, just in general. Where I look forward to, like I said, I wasn't watching anything else at the time. You know, I watch Ed, and Eddie every now and then, and Courage and Powerpuff Girls and all that stuff. But anime, that was
Solid.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, man.
I think Attack on Titan did that for me.
Oh, for
That's
real?
why I was definitely putting everybody.
I think
know
for the
on
new
it.
age, for the new age,
Yeah.
Attack on Titan definitely did put a lot of people on.
That was
for sure.
good. Yeah.
For sure,
agree with
because
that, too.
it's a well written, like you said, it's different. Like you know, it's the setup for it. The first episode, you're not really expecting what all happens, and then boom, right there in your face, like, oh shit, like there it is.
I remember I seen this one nigga. He was flying in the air. He was so happy. Yeah, I'm about to do this. Yeah, for damn, what they call the city.
Oh damn, I forgot.
I think it's like Eden or something like that.
Something like that. He was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
something like
for
that.
my city. There. The next, you know, boom. I was like, damn. That's just over. I was like, damn, niggas really just dying like
Oh,
this.
yeah, man, like,
No.
like my wife gonna laugh at this, man, but man, they worse than damn, what's that hospital show she watched?
General
Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy.
Oh, Grey's
They
Anatomy.
worse than Grey's Anatomy. They gonna drop a main character. in a
Oh
minute.
man. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, that's tough.
They do.
But
That's tough, bro.
But you know, this is something else I want to get into as far as like live action stuff. Like we don't get a lot of good live action animes, and
It's hard to capture that.
It's
though.
very hard to
because
capture.
like that genre itself is already kind of ahead of the rest of the game. So like when you're trying to capture that same spirit atmosphere in live action, that's hard to do because like with Mortal Kombat was overall well done. The storyline was a little shaky for me, I think, but overall it was pretty well done. But you saw how long it took because like we were hearing rumors about the movie for years before the movie actually came out. Yeah. And then, there it was, and like I'm happy with it, like what I'm saying, as far as the quality of it. Yeah. But the story was just a little iffy.
But you've had people on YouTube do their own renditions of Mortal Kombat. That shit was fire.
Yeah, that's true.
Compared to the full length movie.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
That's true.
The one
there's people doing that with a lot of
them.
Yeah, when Michael J. White was Jax in the mini series, man.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah, man, I think it was like maybe 12 minutes. No, like 20 minutes.
I think so.
Yeah,
they were a
episodes.
YouTube series, weren't they?
Yeah, it was a YouTube series.
So that was kicking up, but that never fell through. So
yeah.
I mean, but the only reason I bring that up because he's talking about Gundam. I'm like, damn, like if Pacific Rim could get it right.
Oh, dude,
they did
absolutely.
a decent job. Like,
but for Gundam,
that was
that was ahead of
because then you're gonna have to go out to space. You're gonna
have to
that's
all that. Like
Gundam was ahead of its time, and then I think that brought forth shows like Outlaw Star and Cowboy Bebop, where it started taking a lot more, space travel journeys, and things like that. Cowboy Bebop, that was a good concept. A space cowboy bounty hunter.
Right.
And Outlaw Star.
Did everybody watch live action?
No.
I watched half.
I watched some of it.
But
it was pretty good.
They're
I
not
will say.
continuing with it though.
What? Well, I mean that's the same thing they did with Death Note and all that stuff.
Yeah, I did see Death Note.
Death Note was a whole nother thing.
That's
like that shit wasn't even on par with anime. Like
I do
want
to talk about that.
That was on par, yeah.
I do want to talk. I guess that'd be another question though. But I do want to talk about Death Note. Just as far as like, well, no, it was gonna be the question was gonna be more like, what anime do you guys feel was intellectually, polarizing? I'm gonna say Death Note. Yeah, and I'm gonna say Death Note was one of them for me, in my opinion.
I would have to put Gundam up there with the dynamics of the situations that they would find themselves in. Bleach is pretty deep written if you actually do watch like even the filler content and stuff like that, because like that's the part I like about Bleach's filler. Okay. At least with Bleach's filler, there's still story in the filler. It's not necessarily like we're just going to give you this while we're writing the rest of the stuff.
Okay.
No, like there's actual legitimate lessons and everything to be learned in the filler and stuff like that. So
Okay.
but
then I would have to say Naruto then.
Naruto,
Yeah.
I mean, it is deep. Naruto
Yeah.
is very deep. I was literally thinking about saying that, but I'm more of Bleach guy.
Yeah.
Me and my cousin, we was just watching one of the movies. I think it's called Blood Prison. Naruto Blood Prison.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good movie. It wasn't canon or anything, but it was a good movie. Pretty much, the Hidden Leaf Village and the main ones, had purposely put Naruto in prison.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that, somebody was actually impersonating Naruto and just killed him.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did watch that. I was that day.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
It was
It's
good.
on
It was
Netflix.
good. It was good.
It's on
It
Netflix,
is
so
on
yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah, you can catch it.
Speaking of Netflix, though, like they hit and miss.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They
when it
are.
comes to, well,
They
I'm
can.
gonna say more so when it comes to live action anime stuff. Other than that, outside of that, I think they got some pretty decent animes. Like I like
original made Netflix.
Yeah, I like Seven Deadly Sins.
That's
I
Netflix.
like
though?
that.
That's
Yeah.
exclusive. I didn't know
Yeah.
they did. Okay, yeah, they did a pretty
Jujutsu
good job on
Kaisen,
that.
that's
Yeah.
Netflix original too. Yeah.
I didn't watch them on Netflix, so I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, like they pretty good with the actual anime stuff, but when it comes to live action, it's like it kind of falls by the wayside.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to see that we have more options other than, either we gonna watch this on Crunchyroll over here or Funimation
Yes.
or I ain't gonna say what I'm gonna say, but there's other avenues of watching
He's a plug, man. you
But,
gotta hit him up first. He's a
right.
plug.
But it's good to have the avenues because, before that coming up, we didn't know what we was watching. We was just watching what we thought was cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And now it's all these
I saw that
avenues,
too.
and now these kids are knowing, I know I'm watching anime. I'm like, well, shit, good for you, because I didn't know when I was
Right.
a kid.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's exactly what another part I want to talk about was I do kind of miss back when it was like if you know type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Absolutely.
because it felt like, I'm not gonna say it brought you closer to your friends or whatever, but like if you did happen to put your friends on or your friends knew about it and everything,
Right.
it just seemed like one thing that was like y'all's thing a little bit.
It wasn't saturated. That was the
Right.
thing.
Well, it was though. We didn't know back then, like in the early days, that there was a whole genre and stuff like that. But like me, I was watching a whole bunch of anime back then. You know what I'm saying? So-
absolutely.
but
it was very rare.
But I do miss that. Like I miss now. It seems like it's just a common thing. Everybody's on anime type stuff, and like don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. Cool. The stuff that we used to get pooped on for liking is like now right. You know what I'm saying?
We had to crawl.
Now normalized. Yeah, but it was like it was kind of like the secret club type of thing. You know what I'm saying? I missed that. That
We
was
had
cool.
to fight, man. We had to fight for our coolness because of watching. Like, man, I'm saying your coolness could have went away just if you mentioned Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, you wanted them?
Like,
oh, okay.
you wanted them.
You watch that weird stuff like
Right, you watch that weird shit, homie. Like, man, I'm telling you, everything that's cool about you out the window.
I mean, for some folks, it wasn't real.
I guess it's different for me because like I didn't care. Like I embraced hanging with the outcasts. You know,
but,
so it's like,
but by your time, we
Yeah,
built
yeah,
that up.
see,
yeah,
yeah,
but-
yeah.
Now it's cool to be a black sheep.
yeah.
So
But like people, shoot, even when I was coming up, people was being bullied for watching anime and stuff like that. But
Absolutely.
me, I was like, man, this is what I like, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you ain't gonna. And I was kind of like the big brother of the group too, so it's like,
Okay.
you ain't gonna come with my team.
Yeah.
I do it too.
Right.
So what's
Yeah.
up?
Right.
So
In which I appreciate too. We
Yeah,
came in
That's
numbers.
what we did.
We came in numbers, bro.
Yep.
Like, you ain't just gonna hit one and then not hit all of us.
Yeah.
So we come. Yeah, nah.
It's a lot of rocks.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of shuriken blades too to dodge. That was you don't want that. You don't want that. So I really did appreciate that too, man. The camaraderie of it, man.
For real, because I mean, cause we was on that plane where we could go both ways. Either we were cool but not lame. Either we were lame
Yeah.
but not nerds. Either we was in a happy middle
We was
spot.
in our pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny though, like whenever I go out and go see anime movies, like I don't look like a typical nerd.
Nerd.
Yeah.
So when I'm walking in there, you got these hardcore, wearing the costumes and stuff like that. Like, granted, I could put one on if I wanted to, but I'm just not. I just want to come watch the movie and enjoy it.
Right.
But I remember, I've told the story to y'all before, but I know there was one time I went to go see My Hero Academia, the first movie or whatever. So I walk up in there, I got my shirt on, but I got a jacket on as well. So I walk in there and these people just looking at me crazy. I'm just like, Y'all don't even know.
Right.
Y'all don't even know.
Right.
I fuck with this shit harder than you think.
Right.
Y'all wasn't shooting in the gym. Like,
Hell nah, they was shooting in the gym.
And then as we watching or whatever, I'm over here talking shit to the screen, and they just over there laughing at what I'm saying. I'm like, yeah, see,
right.
see,
Right.
We're all family.
we all know the same thing
Right.
right here.
Y'all in this. Y'all know what's going on.
Right.
Because what was it? We went to see. Didn't we go see Broly together?
Yeah, I think we had. Not Vincent.
Nah, I wasn't there.
Was it? Yeah. Okay, but
Yeah.
like we was in there, and it was weird because like even at that point, there still wasn't a whole lot of us that was trying to like.
Yeah.
I don't know, congregate the theater, you know what I'm saying, to come to an anime movie. And so it was kind of
cracking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
got you. Okay.
Alright.
but you know, it was still cool that like once the movie got going, and, like it, you know, just like you said, like yeah, we all in here together type of thing.
Yeah.
Which shout out to Broly, favorite Dragon Ball Z
Favorite
character.
Joe.
Yes sir, all day, every day.
Got it.
Straight up and down like
Yes,
6
sir.
o'clock.
It's all facts too.
Big facts.
All facts.
I rep Broly.
Hey. Yeah. And mine would be Future Gohan. You know, off the History of Trunks movie. Just him, you know, pretty much him becoming his father. You know, or forcing to become his father because everybody pretty much died.
Yeah.
You know, from the end.
And he turned up. He
And-
rose to the
He
occasion.
rose to the occasion.
Yeah.
One
Arm and everything. Yes, sir. That man was getting work done.
Do you watch Dragon Ball Heroes? The series on YouTube?
Every once in a while. Like I don't watch it religiously, but I do catch a couple episodes.
They actually try to bring his character back.
That'd be fire. Like wait,
Future
like
Gohan character.
in Heroes or
in Heroes. Now not the movie that's coming out, but just the YouTube series. But that's my favorite character of all time, man. Just seeing, because if everybody know who Gohan is, you know his present timeline, he's all about school. He pretty much gave up fighting.
It's a last effort type of thing, yeah.
Yeah, but you know on Trunks' timeline, you know Gohan
a warrior,
warrior,
straight up.
Man, yeah, absolutely.
Now, favorite all time, and then Broly has to sit down for a second.
Okay.
That'll be Ichigo Vasto Lower Deck.
There you
Right
go.
here, boy, all day.
There you
Screensaver, truck name. I walk it like I talk it. That is my favorite ever. Hands down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, but I will say, like, as far as like one of those shows that actually like brought every race creed into it was Boondocks.
Yeah.
Boondocks.
Yeah. Sure.
If you was in the anime, if you weren't in the anime, it didn't matter.
Right.
Boondocks had
Everybody
more.
fucking Boondocks, yeah.
Man.
Facts.
And the fight sequences and everything. And
Man, it'll be hard.
And then like there's like they literally are anime inspired in those fight moments because like they'll have the side by side from like what anime fight scene that they got it from, and it's almost frame for frame the same exact fight.
Sure.
It's dope, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Like, and that's what honestly what made me appreciate Boondocks all that much more because like I saw the fight and I was like, that looks familiar, bro. Like I mean, like I liked it, but I was like, something about like I've seen this before. Or something. And then sure enough, I was scrolling on Facebook. I was like, oh shit, that's what it was. Like, and so like that like made me respect the writers of the show to like incorporate like it's not like they're just pushing one single agenda. They're actually like pulling from multiple sources and like legitimately putting it into their craft. And
I think most of the fight scenes came from Naruto, if I'm not mistaken.
yeah, there were quite a few of them.
Yeah.
That was the one that I was thinking that I was just had in my head.
I think
Naruto side by side.
if we talking about Bushido hounds,
I was thinking no, not that one.
that
was
man
good one.
ate.
Hey, Bushido was going
Oh,
off.
he was busting ass.
But it was when they were fighting Snake Meaner's squad.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
I posted up on
that was
the page.
good. That was a good one.
That was dope.
Man, that was slept on too, bro. I loved it.
I wish the times hadn't gotten so sensitive because Boondocks would definitely be a refreshing thing to be able to watch right now.
I mean,
Oh no,
I ain't ready for
Hell,
it.
Thug and Love and all that. It's a whole what?
Ruggles would probably be embraced.
You think so?
I feel like he would.
I think he would be a unifying character. Like he would like. You know, there would be common ground. Like, it's a black dude, but he, you know what I'm saying? But either way,
I don't know. I think he'd be more for propaganda if anything, man. I mean,
he could be the vocal piece for like some controversial shit, like for sure. Yeah. But like I said, times are sensitive now. So like everybody got something to say about every little thing.
Now Riley is the issue. Like Riley, he gonna.
Nah, he tell it like it is.
I mean, true, but at least I will say
I can't even say what I want to say.
Right, most of his stuff was
y'all know the one.
As far as controversial goes, he wasn't. I would feel like today Ruckus would be the more controversial character because we are in the times that we are in, and then just overall the show, the theme of the show was rough. Yeah. So like putting it in today's market, I can already see it. It'd be one episode deep. Take it off.
Yeah. They ain't.
But I mean, that'll be another conversation just because one, you ain't got the writer no more, and two, they just trying to fill it up with a bunch of different things. Yeah. Pops is gone.
Well, I mean, the dude that filled in for him did a pretty decent job though. Like.
Who did it? Was his son? I heard
I think it was his son.
Yeah.
He did a pretty good job. Like but no, I missed that show. I wish that was still on because like technically that was Black people's anime. Like if the people that weren't in anime before watching that show, you were watching anime. Like you know what I'm saying? Basically, as far as the fight scenes and all that go.
Got you. So now I kind of want to go into this little fantasy round. Relax. Relax. What I'm saying is, main characters versus main characters.
Our main characters.
As far as or just characters in general.
So we're gonna reach the power scaling part of this. Like,
do we have time to
do
that?
A lot of
Dragon Ball can't be in it, man.
It
can't happen.
Ultra Instinct power. Ultra Instinct alone is like it's wiping the board.
Alright, fine. Well then.
But if you want to exclude that, we can condense it into something.
So like base form?
Sure. Well, no, like exclude Dragon Ball Z because
that's what they started with.
I mean, sure, but like behind Ultra Instinct, you still got Broly, Vegeta. Nobody.
I'm just talking about base form, whatever base form that you could possibly think of.
I mean, even base form Goku is smacking everybody, like legit, like.
Okay.
I don't know.
Not to mention what
Spirit Ball. Come on now. You talking about entire? He's still capable of
Godspeed.
I mean, that's fair, but you talking about planetary destruction in base form. Like you feel me?
Can't include Dragon Ball Z.
And everybody, Dragon Ball Z fans know that if you play Dragon Ball Z games. Base form Goku is super overused because that meant Kaioken over with.
But man, come on, man. Like,
I'm saying base form Goku.
I'm saying just Kaioken times 4 will wear him out in base form.
Okay, but he gonna be worn out after beating somebody's ass, bro. Like, anywho,
all right, never mind.
We could maybe there'll be a part 2, anime part 2.
All right,
we can do that.
All right. We'll hold on for that.
So I would say Sasuke versus Kahlua Solid.
Versus who?
Kahlua Solid from
from
Hunter x Hunter. Yeah,
that'd be a good fight.
I gotta watch more of Hunter x Hunter. So I guess off of bias, I'm probably gonna say Robert versus Sasuke. Just only because I know his fighting style more than I know Killer One. So. But I ain't watching the show.
We can start making a bracket if y'all won't really be down for it.
A bracket? Oh, so
we
anime March Madness?
Subtract Dragon Ball Z. Yeah.
Subtract.
Because Ultra Instinct is
ain't doing it.
As bad as he may be, he ain't touching Ultra Instinct, bro. Like just because he's your favorite, don't mean he gotta be the best. Like,
Ultra gonna run through them niggas. I ain't gonna lie to you. He gonna run through them niggas
without a scratch, literally.
Okay.
The man surfed an energy attack with a Kamea wave. Just to put said Kamea wave in the person's face, like
you
feel me?
Real.
I don't even watch it like that, but when they showed me that video, I was like,
yeah.
Oh no, that's nasty.
Yeah, that's a dub.
What a One Punch Man like? What a
Ultra Instinct? No, ain't happening.
Let me say this about One Punch Man. He was meant to be a parody anime, but
he just wound up getting followed.
Like he ended up being dope. And now you look at him, he's like, who really beating him?
Ultra Instinct Goku. Yep.
We still
He
ain't
gotta
seen the
land that
full
punch.
scale of One Punch Man
That's
though.
what I'm saying.
He gotta land that punch.
He do.
He gotta land
He
that
do.
punch. And if you see what
But
he
he's
did,
also fast enough to dodge Ultra Instinct Goku.
if you've seen the whole Tournament of Power, he ain't even got a move to swing at you. You feel
Not
me?
really.
Like it,
Yeah, you're right.
you feel me? So
But
like,
Saitama is fast though. He is fast enough to dodge
okay,
them
he's
punches.
fast, but can he after image?
You're right. He still gotta land them hits. But I guess what I'm saying is why I feel as though we haven't seen his full power yet is only because he can punch wind into a mountain and put a dent in that shit. And this is just a human.
But he
That's
has
doing this
to
type of
land
shit.
it.
That I know. The wind hit the fucking mountain, and you see what it did.
It could blow that mountain away.
That's what I'm saying.
But it ain't hit Goku.
But like I said, we ain't had enough episodes to really unlock his whole full.
Sure, fair enough.
You
I
know
will
what
give
I'm
you
saying?
that.
We haven't
But
seen
as
it.
of the evidence that is on the table
Right
today,
now, nah, he's probably not
he's
going
not
to.
going to be
Yeah.
Goku.
Yeah, nah, right
I
now
said
he's not
another
going to.
episode. We have to develop a bracket. It's gonna be intense. So yeah.
But all right.
Yeah.
So is this wind down time? Are we summarizing, or are we maybe one more?
I feel like I could keep going, but
I mean, it's a pretty good topic, bro. This is
that's what I'm
juicy
saying.
stuff
It's
right now.
Yeah.
Like,
We keep going, but we're gonna be talking about the matchups, and then this is gonna be
Okay.
oh no, I mean, I was talking going into a different branch.
Do
From,
you
from
have
the
something?
bracket.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
sure.
what's up?
Like, all right, so like, why is your favorite anime your favorite anime?
I'll go first.
You go first.
So, for me, with Yusuke, motherfuck, you're a Meshi. Like,
Basically.
I feel like there was a time in my life, like, he mirrors a lot of my qualities. I just, because this is based on stories what people tell me. Because I don't remember a lot of this. But I really mess with his character. I look to his character, I'm like, hey, you're a leader.
Mm-hmm.
You don't give a fuck about what nobody say about you. You go defend your friends and family if needed. And that was just the type of guy I, mirrored to be or whatever. And, like I said, maybe watching the first episode, I wasn't sure where it was going to go. Like, he died. I was like, so that's it?
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, it was levels to it. It was like he died, he came back, he became a ghost detective and all that.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was just one of those things that just opened me up. I was like, oh, this is something I can really find myself into. And then when it got down to the last season, I was like, yeah, we're going to keep going.
Yeah.
Kaput.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Kaput. But I still hold it up there as far as top tier for me. Well, what they got? God tier, top tier.
Yeah, this God tier and then top tier.
I'm going to put it up. For me, personally,
Right.
I'm going to put it up there for God tier.
Okay.
But still love it. And I can watch it all over again like I've never seen it before.
Right. Same.
Yep.
Facts. I'll say that the same with Dragon Ball Z. Reason why, like I said, from just from the first few minutes of the show, I've always liked martial artists, hand-to-hand combat and stuff like that. Now there's one profound character, named Vegeta, which I think resonated with me, not because of his arrogance or anything, but he's vertically challenged like I am. So, but however, dude had hands.
Done. Yeah, he's
He'll beat a 7 foot, which them villains were astronomically tall.
Yeah.
Didn't make sense.
No reason.
Didn't make sense.
Broly was like 8
Broly-
foot something.
yeah.
Like
Ridiculous. Vegeta was still busting ass though, which I personally
very much.
appreciated.
He's my second favorite character for Dragon Ball Z. So like I definitely, and
For
that's
sure.
part of why, because
For
like
sure.
as powerful as he is, he's still because I guess technically the creator doesn't like him, but like as the underdog he may seem to be sometimes, he is still the prideful if Goku ain't getting it done, okay, well
It will
here
be
go
Vegeta.
Vegeta.
Yeah,
Like,
we can
you know what
defer
I'm
to
saying?
Vegeta. Yeah.
Right.
So that alone was like, oh, okay, sure. I don't have to be 6 foot, whatever.
Right. And
to
then
fight.
the other part about him that I liked was that like what I was saying was the thing I liked about Vegeta over Goku personally is the no nonsense, bro. Like when it comes time to fight, there ain't no I'm gonna stay in base form while you power up type stuff. Like, oh, you powering up? Bet. Watch this thing. Like, let's get to it. And like just that general grit is, which I mean, like I guess you can kind of see that in my other favorite characters as far as Broly and Vasta Lorde, there ain't no nonsense, bro.
Yeah.
Like it's these hands, you dying or going away, one of them.
Yeah.
But, like we about to get this done.
Yes. Absolutely.
But, yeah, I'll continue on if you had anything.
Oh, no, I guess when I started really liking it, like I said, through Dragon Ball Z, first ignited was Sailor Moon, of course, and then Dragon Ball Z was the catalyst, and then the Gundam series solidified it for me.
Out of those, Dragon Ball is your still favorite number one, right?
That is still my favorite number
You
one.
said it was because the martial arts thing, which I can definitely relate with.
Yes,
and,
the martial arts aspect, and then because of that, I've because of that, I started leaning more towards working out. As far as getting my body right and things like that, wanting to look good. And things like that, look like that I can fight.
Because that's one thing about anime, boy.
Yeah.
Once them shirts come off.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
feel like that.
If you look good, ain't nobody gonna press you.
Hey, you'll like Black Clover.
I've seen a couple of Black Clover episodes. I haven't fully invested in it yet, but I've seen a couple of episodes. I like it so far.
I'm not gonna say it's up there with Demon Slayer, but it got some moments.
Yeah? Okay. Got you.
Why is your favorite your favorite?
What did I say was my favorite?
Hunter x
Hunter.
Oh yeah, Hunter x Hunter. Yeah, because of the, like I said before, it's because of the dedication, the determination that these kids had. Coming from not having nothing to, beating these older guys in tournaments. Progressing through
I've been
levels.
tricking for 50 years.
Hey.
Right.
Yeah.
Just walking in the ring, hit it once, done.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude was like been there all his life down there. And just for him to come in, do that is very inspiring. It's like you can't.
No, don't do that.
You can't look at what this person has going on and think that they're like bigger than you, so to speak. So like, I feel like that's a good thing to take from the anime as far as being inspired and having a good drive for yourself.
I'm sorry, y'all.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's okay.
Proceed.
Oh, no, I already. Well, yeah, I finished.
Okay. Well, Bleach is now, for now, my favorite. And why? Vasta Lorde. I like Ichigo because literally, out of all the animes I've seen, he is one of the most unassuming characters that you see, like physically as far as his attribute. He's lean, he's skinny, he don't really look like much. And at the same time, he's a mama's boy, like at heart, you know what I'm saying? And then legitimately, as far as the people around him, he will go to whatever length is necessary to make sure that they're okay, which is why Vasta Lorde is my favorite, because that was the form that came out. He was dead, had a whole hole in his chest and everything, dead. Yeah. And then he heard Iname, I don't want to mispronounce his name, but like he heard her cry out, and like that was when he was like, okay, next level. You know what I'm saying? Switch turned on, and then came up Vasta Lorde, and it was at that point in the series, there was nothing stopping him at that point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that, to me, like that ultimate power came from the heart and loyalty that he felt for, doing right by the people around him. Friendship. Basically, you know what I'm saying? As long as you got friends, nothing's impossible. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so, like, and I appreciated that. And so, that I was already invested in the series up to that point. But when I saw that happen, not only did it like cement that like, okay, this is definitely one, like this might beat Dragon Ball Z now. Yeah. But like it was also like inspiration to like, I feel that, you know what I'm saying? Like I could be beat down, have nothing for me going for me, but like if somebody out there that I care about needs something, I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to make sure that they're straight, especially in a life or death situation.
Facts.
Sure. For me, last question before we close. So for most of our listeners, we don't know who all watches anime. Mm-hmm. So I say that to say, if someone is starting anime, what would be a good first, gateway anime for them to watch?
Yeah, that's a good one.
You honestly, I wouldn't argue with trying to start with Dragon Ball Z, like saying Saga Dragon Ball Z. Like it's a very good intro into the anime world, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe, well, I mean, a lot of people, maybe some, especially female listeners, aren't looking for a fighting show, like necessarily as central as Dragon Ball Z would be. Darwin's Game, I would say, is definitely a good intro. Like, that was, because, like, that literally from episode 1, like, we were all, like, you had already watched 2 episodes. She was like, hell, I'll watch them again. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I would have to say that that's a pretty good intro.
That is good, yeah. I mean, I want to say Dragon Ball Z, but that would just be me being biased. Even though I do think that's a good start too. I would say start with Gundam Seed.
That's a good one.
See, and I thought you was gonna choose Sailor Moon.
Nah, only because I don't think. I mean, I don't know. A lot of girls like astral projection and stuff like that. So I mean,
as far as the feminine side of things, Sailor Moon definitely for sure.
Yeah, I think it's just as far as like a classic, just like kind of like a classic, but it's like violence, but it's only like so much violence where it doesn't supersede the regalness of Gundam, either Endless Waltz or Seed Gundam. I think those two will be a good introduction because you'll still get you're gonna get a really good story, without having all where it's just not mainly based on action and things like that. You're gonna get a really good story. I think you'll be fully invested in like I said, Endless Waltz Gundam or Gundam Seed. I think those would be good start.
I feel like if somebody's watching anime, they're pretty much a gamer at the end of the day. So, with that being said, I would. Well, but most of them are.
A lot of them. I would say a lot of them generally do game, especially like a lot of them are kind of more niche gamers where like they've got the switches and stuff like that too.
Yeah. And with that being said, I would just recommend Sword Art Online to be your first.
Oh, that's good. Man, that's a good one.
Because you're in a game world,
Yeah.
And then also you're living it, like ain't no exiting this shit. Like your ass in the work, you gotta eat to survive, kill stuff, and then progress up. Yeah.
And I can think of an older anime that was like that. And I think you was actually about to say it.
I'll let you.
Dot Hat Sign.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay,
yeah,
so
that was one of them. That was one of them. Dot Hat Sign was definitely up there.
Yeah, that was before Sword Art Online. Dot Hack Sign that's like the like if the Matrix were to meet the anime world.
Yeah, sure.
that was for sure Dot Hack Sign, and it had a really good story too.
Good story, the characters of what you got in detail with each character and everything still.
Absolutely.
Too. Another one that we kind of jumped over. It's not classic anime, but if you're introducing yourself to it, Code Lyoko was nice.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
That was it.
The only thing I'm going to say about Code Lyoko is it looked more cartoonish,
but they changed it up though. When they went into the system, it kind of went a little bit more
changed up a little bit. So I'm gonna throw y'all off. I'm gonna pick a newer anime. So based off our discussion from our little brief intermission, I'm gonna say My Hero Academia. The only reason I'm gonna say that is because it has a good taste of hero anime.
Yeah.
So if somebody's into DC, Marvel, it'll be easy to transition to they got superpowers, bet, and then roll on from there and then explore other things.
Right.
But like I said, I just said all that just to get more people involved with it because it's just it's not as weird as you think. Other things out there otherwise make it seem like it's weird, but it's not weird as you think.
Right.
And you never know. Like I said, we talk about how good the writing is. Like people don't understand. Like most time, it ain't just about the anime itself. It's the writing. Like if it keeps me engaged, it keeps me focused. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Probably kill the whole season in a day if I can.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just
which is another reason why I referenced Darwin's Game as far as being an intro.
Please don't get me started.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I'm right there with you on the disappointment. But it's a shorter, it's a one-off basically. If you're just now getting into anime, I think you should probably maybe start, depending on what you're looking for a shorter run, to try to, because at least with a one or two season anime like Tokyo Ghoul or Demon Slayer. Things like that. Like I said, depending on what you're looking for. But with them being more condensed, they don't have so much long run. You might not run into what you're looking for in a longer run series. But shorter 1-2 season series, they condense the story into because we were in Darwin's Day, bro. You know what I'm saying? So right. So that I think would be a good point to look for too. Also, maybe something that's only got 1, 2, or 3 seasons, a few seasons or something, because you'll be able to get more of the feel of anime quicker. You know what I'm saying?
I'll go ahead and add in Death Note then too, because that was a pretty short season.
Yeah.
Especially how was the story was built. The concept of the very storyline for Death Note. I think a lot of people will be, because they had a lot of more mystery in it, especially with the main character and all the characters outside of the main character too. It was a lot more of a mystery, if anything. A lot of mind games too, mind gymnastics. Watching it, so I'll throw in Death Note too. If anybody's just jumping in when watching anime for the first time ever. Yeah, I'll throw that in there too.
I mean, I feel like Death Note, you gotta have a mind for it. But
that's what I was saying. Depending on what you're looking for.
You gotta have a mind for it.
Right.
But then, I feel like Death Note also kind of parallels to whatever you're actually thinking about doing that you don't actually do. Death Note will kind of provide that gateway,
right.
I could kill him if I
Oh,
wanted to.
well then after episode 1, they're gonna be fully invested.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna be fully invested.
If you're into mystery, Death Note.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not my type of genre either.
Right.
But I was in that. So yeah.
Anybody have any animes that we haven't mentioned they want to throw out there for listeners that are they're not watching them right now?
Yeah, folks, people are probably not watching Outlaw Star.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
It
had
its moment. It had its moment. Where it was prominent.
I did say yeah.
So I gotta watch it.
It had its moment though. There is a following behind it.
Yeah.
High School DxD was definitely a good anime.
Yeah.
I definitely encourage people to go watch it.
Okay.
I watched it.
Fairy Tail.
I've heard.
Fairy Tail's good. Fairy Tail's really good.
Okay. Rurouni Kenshin.
Of course. I think it was
older
briefly.
anime, but definitely worth to watch.
Let's see here. We definitely touched on Attack on Titan.
Assassination Classroom as well.
Yeah, I actually like some of that. One more I watched, I liked it so far. Yeah.
It was kind of sad, but
yeah,
it was a good anime.
Well, damn.
It was a good anime.
Well, I mean, some folks want to be emotionally invested.
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't spoil it.
I got an honorable mention. One of the new ones, Jujutsu Kaisen. Pretty good.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Definitely check it out.
Oh yeah.
Fire Force. I forgot.
Fire Force is good.
Yeah.
Dr. Stone was good too.
Dr. Stone, yeah.
That's another intellectual anime. There's some stuff in Dr. Stone's I didn't know you could do that.
Oh yeah. Dr. Stone's
man,
I was gonna throw that out, but I ain't never watched it, so I didn't want to.
Oh, okay.
I gotta finish that one up, man. I gotta finish that one up.
Yeah.
Any more?
Mob Psycho is pretty good too.
Remember that?
That's pretty good. That's pretty solid.
It was weird for me starting off.
It is. Because like I said, I'm already not a huge fan of newer animes, but there are some that I will watch. That I appreciate.
Monster Musume.
Huh?
No, I'm just gonna throw the 2 anime watches out.
Monster
okay.
what?
You don't want to know?
No, I want to know. Monster what?
It's called Monster Musume, man.
Monster Musume.
If you know, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
So my son can't be in here when I watch it. That's what it sounds like. Oh
no! Oh, for sure.
Oh,
okay.
No.
Hell
okay.
no.
Hey, y'all. Well, I'll leave it in the thing, but yeah, I'll leave a note on that one. But
hell
we
no.
tapped on Black Clover. We didn't really talk about it, but
am I the only one in here that's watched it?
I've watched it.
Fully, probably. Yeah.
I've watched. Yeah, fully.
Yeah, I'm probably like 3 seasons in.
Okay. Well, I mean, I do know that the one episode I did watch was good. I will say that. So I would recommend that.
That came out around when My Hero was starting to buzz.
Yeah,
I kind of
there were a few that were that came out almost around the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, don't sleep on newer anime.
We don't.
Y'all don't. I'm just.
You talking about me?
Don't sleep on it.
You talking about me? I said I'll watch some of them. I'm trying to be more open to it, man. Like I said, the story just gotta stick for me, man. A lot of new animes, the stories just don't really do it for me like that. It's like why is the pace at a double times pace? Like slow the shit down.
That just lets y'all know we are really into the story. Like if it has no story, we're not fooling with it.
Yeah.
Like y'all not gonna think like, oh y'all just watching it because it got swords, blood, sex.
That's just icing on the
cake.
cake.
No good stories.
Yeah.
It don't mean shit.
A really good anime has all of it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Where's the line?
No lies detected. No lies detected.
So, all minds clear, man. I think we can end it here. So, this has been another episode of the Corner Podcast. I am your host, K1, and this is
Mac.
Tugger.
Anthony.
And this has been another episode. Y'all stay tuned, and remember, it's an anime thing.
It's an anime thing. You
Probably part 2.
Probably.
Maybe part 2.
Y'all stay tuned for season 5.
Yeah.
Oh, quick side note. Hey, we appreciate the listeners so far. We are up to 35 listeners. The goal is to hit 50. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The goal is to hit 50, man, so we can actually start being official, man. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. Like I said, I'm working on quality.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm working on the quality. Y'all just stay tuned, man. We gonna get up there. Just stick with us. Y'all 35, just hold on, stick with us.
Yeah, man. Thank you. We really thank you.
For sure, man. For sure, man. So definitely the podcast will be dropping tomorrow. The YouTube videos should be dropping Monday. So anything that you didn't see on the podcast, you'll see on the YouTube. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned. And hey, stay tuned for the next one. The next episode will be. Don't get me
Is it spousal support?
Is it spousal support?
I think it is.
It might be. If it ain't, I'm gonna put it in the video.
Yeah. Don't quote us.
All right, man. But y'all stay tuned for the next one, man. We appreciate having y'all. Have a good night. Peace.
Peace. Come your 6.
I made it beat, by the way.